One of the big challenges you'll face is, where do you find your customers? Where do they hang out? Where can you actually get them a message that's efficient for the amount of money you will spend to do that? To some degree, it doesn't really matter, but through experimentation, you should understand where they are, where your best dollar goes with respect to promoting your business. But there are a few certain truths out there that you should test a different marketing message. There's frameworks out there called A/B testing. Put out 2 messages, for example. See which one works the best and refine the one that works better all the time. So there's lots of different ways that you can promote, you can improve your message, and you can drive sales. The other thing is I'll keep harping on, which is telemetry. Understand which methods work. So understand what gets you sales, how it works, which one works better, and double down on what works. Continue to experiment, continue to sort of change it up, but find where your customers are, understand how you have to frame the message to get to them, and then understand what you need to do in order to get them to take their wallet out and buy what you're selling. That is the goal of promotion. There's lots of different methods in order to get your business across, to promote your business. Brisbane City Council brought out a chap who used to work at a TV show called This Week, an online TV show called This Week in Startups with a man called Jason Calacanis. So this man, he came out and he spent a week in Brisbane, and he changed how every entrepreneur pitched in this town. It was absolutely fantastic. And he used several mechanisms. He talked about find yourself an analog. So find yourself someone who is your ideal customer. And then in your pitch or promotion, talk about her. You know, Jane, this is Jane. She likes flowers or long walks on the beach. And this is why you're going to sell your XYZ thing to her. So personalize that a little bit. Another method is the storytelling as well. So get out there and sort of tell a story about how a person has a problem and how they can use your service or your product to obviate or to route around that problem. So there's lots of different methods out there. Then the best thing is it's a pretty small world nowadays. I just mentioned This Week in Startups, for example, but there are so many different ways you can learn about this through various virtual online outlets, YouTube and all the rest of it. So there's lots of information out there about what might work for your business. Look at a business in another jurisdiction, so maybe someone in Europe or someone in the US, preferably an English-speaking destination, probably makes a bit more sense. And then understand what they're doing in order to get traction, and then try that. So imitation is a form of flattery. Use that if it's an A/B test. If choice A is this, choice B is that. If choice B works, follow choice B. But this allows you to get the population of tests that you might use in order to make your promotions land home a little better. One of the more interesting ways I've seen a business promoted was the Brisbane developed game called Fruit Ninja, which is quite popular by a company called Halfbrick Studios. When they first had their game come out, what they actually did was they actually got a morbidly obese man in a skin-tight outfit down at New Farm Park and threw fruit at him, and he had a sword. That went viral. So there's one example of using a bit of out there thinking. I'm not too sure it'd survive in today's modern politically correct culture. It was a pretty funny video. They basically managed to have a bit of fun, a bit of a laugh, and to get people involved in their universe. Fruit Ninja is a game about cutting up fruit with a samurai sword. So that worked for them. Once again, find out who your customers are, where they hang out, and how they consume.